This morning I have the privilege of introducing our two main speakers. Commission Chair Robert Jones. He was born in Fort Bragg, North Carolina in 1953 and moved to Tate, Georgia in 1968, where he was a 1971 graduate of Pickens High School. He is married to former Diane Molinax. They have two children, Sonia and Chad, and 6 grandchildren. He was the part owner of Molinax Trust Company for 22 years, which is a family-owned business, and held the position of plant maintenance supervisor and worked in trust design. After leaving Molinax, he proceeded to go to work for Lexington Insulators, where he held the position of maintenance lead person, which included the duties of supervising 3 shifts of maintenance personnel for 7 years. During that time, he obtained his industrial maintenance technology certificate and transferred to Dalton College, which he was working for his degree. He was employed at Bird Electric as a service department supervisor and took office as sole commissioner of Pickens County on January 1st, 2005. He took office as chairman of the Board of Commissioners on January 1st of 2013. Our other speaker is Mayor John Weaver. He graduated from Pickens County High School in 1970. He graduated from Shorter College with a Bachelor of Science degree in Political Science, History, and Secondary Education in 1974. He taught school and coached at Pickens County High School from 1976 to 1991. And he has been a small business owner in the city of Jasper from 1985 to the year 2000. From 1992 until the present, he has served as your honorary mayor. Please help me welcome Commissioner Robert Jones and Mayor John Weaver.
Robert's bio lasted longer than my speech is going to last. And I promise you this, instead of using my notes, I'm going to use the time clock. I would like to have you pay attention. I would like to have you pay attention, if you would, as we speak to the pictures on the board. But first and foremost, I would like to thank the Chamber Board for allowing myself and the Commissioner to speak with you today on a problem that we have that is pretty much becoming an epidemic. Our roads, as you see, and as you feel, and you felt on your way to work or on your way to the Chamber meeting this morning. But what I'm going to touch on is real brief because I've got 3 minutes, which is 20% of 15 minutes. And best I can calculate that for me, Don. I've got 3.5 minutes. But what I want to say is the cities in the state of Georgia and the counties in the state of Georgia receive funding from the state for our roads. All this pavement that you see, most of it was paid for by the Georgia DOT and are the developers that have built in Pickens County and the city of Jasper over the last 20 years. But what happens is the state, with their many needs as well, sent to the cities and the county not quite enough money to maintain our roads. And of course, the city of Jasper, if I were to bring in the amount of funding that it would take to just keep these roads up, would have to almost double the millage, if not more. So with that being said, I don't think the mayor and the council is willing to do that, nor is the county commissioner. The best way to maintain these roads will be to tack a 1% sales tax onto our sales revenue, and that would be in the form of SPLOST, the Special Local Option Sales Tax. This sales tax is going to last 6 years. And I saw what kind of scared me when I saw one of the brochures, it's going to be 2020. And I started calculating. Oh my goodness. I always calculated that date that I didn't really want to see how old I was going to be at But anyway, if we don't proceed at this referendum that we're having on May the 20th to correct what you see on this board, we're going to be in terrible condition by the year 2015 or 16, much less 2020. I could go all day talking about the road. I would scare you to death. I can take you around. But what I'm going to do is give you, because I've got 15 seconds, I'm going to give you City Hall cell phone number 706-692-9100. My cell phone, you can find on any bathroom in Jasper, 706-692-8000. If you would, give me a call if you have a concern, if you would like to have more information or evidence that we need this SPLOST. Please feel free to give me a call. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Before we get started real quick, I'd like all the elected officials of Pickens County and City of Jasper, please stand. All the elected officials. We also have with us the Mayor of Poppy Rock and the Mayor of Nelson. Thank y'all for coming. Mayor, I also like to see that they've got me and you both separated and we got the sheriff between us. So but the mayor's right. The roads are going to be a problem. We're looking at an anticipated revenue of approximately $30 million. What we've got going on is a SPLOST. It is not a new tax. It's an extension of the tax that's already there. The tax we've got there runs out in June of this year, and this tax then will take up after that and run for 6 years. This SPLOST is going to be a little different than the rest of the SPLOST that we had in the past. For instance, if we were to collect $300,000 in, we're going to say August, for instance, the participants in this SPLOST will start collecting their percentages at that time. I'm going to break it down real quick. So everybody will get their share when this thing starts right off the bat, all the way down to the library that is represented here. Donna Harrington and her group is here. They are going to get their percentage this time around. And if I may, we're looking at an anticipated revenue of $30 million. We're looking at the overall breakdown of that is Pickens County will get about 48% of that. And you should have some paperwork on your tables there that shows this breakdown part of it. But you're looking at about 48% going to Pickens County for road, street, and bridge projects. You're looking at for water and sewer facilities, approximately $800,000, 2.68%. The library at their $2 million projected income at 6.67%. Public safety and facilities equipment of Pickens County, which is the cars for the sheriff, and all the other infrastructure that goes there with it, and the fire department, because we are facing an ISO dilemma here in Pickens County, especially in the Salicoa backside of the Jerusalem area, and also around the Blaine area. That they have no fire protection. They're going to have an ISO rating of 10 if it hasn't already happened. So we have got to be a little proactive and get some equipment and some stations in there. City of Jasper, as the mayor had mentioned, is getting 20%, which hopefully will be around $6 million. City of Nelson will get 2.43%, which is $729,000. And the City of Poppy Rock will get 22%, which is $66,000. And we are going to partner with the City of Nelson and the City of Poppy Rock, Pickens County is, to help them with their projects. So we're not going to leave them out in the cold. But as we go through this, as we said earlier, there's some pie charts on this. The pie chart will have it broke down on how the money is going to be distributed. It is a continuation of the 1 cent sales tax that's already on, so we're not increasing the sales tax whatsoever. The overall portion, of course, will be coming through the collections of that, and they will actually, as I said earlier, when we break it down, they will be getting that money at that time. So they will have to deposit that money in their own account, strictly for SPLOST projects, in their cities or in the county also. We're looking at approximately building 3 new fire stations, as I just had mentioned. Sheriff's Department's looking at replacing vehicles and equipment. EMS, we have remounted some equipment on EMS already, but we try to replace two ambulances a year at a cost of $130,000 a piece. Fire trucks are going to have to be replaced. Fire equipment is going to have to be replaced. So there's going to be approximately $5 million spent through those projects for Pickens County. The 911 system that we have been upgrading, we're trying to eliminate. We've got 2 dead zones in the 911 system. We're going to try to eliminate those with some extra towers. And then the expansion of the library facility, which they were promised to get part of this SPLOST this year. With the downturn of the economy, that money never did come about. And I mean, when you figure a $30 million SPLOST for the last one that we had, and we're just going to collect approximately $26 million, it does put a crimp on everybody's outlook on what's going to happen in the future. Henceforth, that's how we redesigned the SPLOST this time with the percentage breakdown. We're looking at the library, for instance, the technology part, looking at building onto it, especially for e-books and collections. But please, take these home, go through them. If you have any questions, as the mayor said earlier, please call us. My number at my office, my personal number at my office is 706-253-8817. And don't hesitate to call if y'all have any questions whatsoever. We want to see this SPLOST passed for just that reason right there, because the infrastructure of Pickens County and the city of Jasper is very important for the growth of this county. We have done well to get the courthouse, recreation centers, but now we got to get away and get around. We're beating up our school buses, as most of us know, with the roads that we've got. Your cars. I bet some of you have spent some money on some alignment on the front ends. And I do, if you have those bills, please give them to the mayor. But anyway, Denise, I'm going to give you some extra time because you were kind of rushing around. But has anybody, can we take any questions right quick while me and the mayor's here? Do we have time?
Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for me or the mayor? Yes, sir, Ben.
What is the 1% going to now? It's obviously not the road.
That's correct. The 1%, part of the 1% did go to the roads at the first. The 1% originally was set up to pay debt at the first, as well as build and remodel the courthouse and what we're at now. The courthouse, to give you all a quick overview, that just got finished up here a few months ago. We finished up the numbers on it. We are $1.2 million under budget, and we should have that courthouse paid off here, hopefully in April of this year. Wow. So, the only overall debt that we will have when you look at the county budget is a recreation center. To be honest with you, I made a mistake, I guess, because I wanted to go ahead and get that recreation center built. But if I had to do it over again, I'd still build a recreation center. We will owe about $2 million, but since the courthouse come in at $1.2 million, we're going to take about $700,000 of that and put it into the recreation center and get that paid down to about $1.2 million. So Pickens County overall debt will be $1.2 million, and I'll stand with that for any other county in the state. We're doing very well. Our debt ratio is very low. I can borrow bonds at an extremely low interest rate if I wanted to, but I'd rather not. So as we go forward, things are looking brighter. Ben, I know that's kind of a long answer to your question, but thank you. Anything for the mayor? I mean, don't leave him off the hook. Pardon?
Mike Denson, I think is.
Oh, where is Mike? Mike Denson. Here you are. I give you some extra time. If y'all look at the back of this paper, we've got some individuals that are going to be hopefully helping us with this as we go through. This time I'm going to turn over to Mike.
Good morning. If everyone will look on the front of your brochure, there's a penny taped on there. Leave that by where I'm sitting over here with the I'm the chairman of the Jasper Downtown Development Authority. Also on the Economic Development Council. I feel like the Democratic rebuttal to the State of the Union when I got up behind these two guys. But our job on the economic development side is to try to get people to come in Pickens County and move their business, start a business. When we fight against Cobb, Cherry, Gordon, Bartow counties, Forsyth counties for a business, when they come to the chamber, talk to Jerry Necketal about placing a business here, first thing they want to know is what can we give you? What can we're getting incentives from every place that we go. Cobb will give you the world. Cherokee will promise to pay your debt for 1,000 years. Everything's being done that we can't do. If this SPLOST does not pass, we are going to be so far behind these other counties in being able to chase business. As business owners and people who work in business here in Pickens County, you can't possibly compete with these other places by us having to use regular tax money toward roads, toward infrastructure. We're talking with some large projects and potentially having some large projects come into the county. If folks come in to look at us and they bump their heads on their cars when they go through the potholes, then we're at a little bit of a disadvantage. This is an impassioned plea. Please ask your neighbors and friends to vote for this SPLOST. We're already paying this on every dollar that we spend in Pickens County. So is everyone who comes in. All we're going to ask everyone to do is help us continue to do that. Keep paying this penny, vote yes for the SPLOST. Please ask everyone else to, and when they want to have a conversation or negatives about it, they gave you phone numbers I'm not giving you.
Just a quick reminder, and I don't need the mic, but on the front of this thing it says improving Pickens County 1 penny at a time. And that's the slogan that we're going to use to try to sell this SPLOST. 1 penny at a time. Thank you.